Hi, and welcome to another episode of Flemings Forum. My name is Sean Fleming. I'm the assistant principal at Nauset High School, and today we have four freshmen here on the show to discuss the transition from middle school to high school and how it all works and how they're doing here at Nauset currently. But before we begin, let's introduce our panel of freshmen today, and we'll start with you, Ben.
I'm Benjamin Ellis.
What town are you from?
I'm from Brewster.
Awesome. Go ahead.
I'm Charlie Van Vleck, and I am from Chatham.
I'm Kylie O'Gara, and I am from Orleans.
And I'm Rebecca Yuskovic, and I'm from Brewster.
Perfect. All right. So the changes from middle school to high school. The reason we have you on this show this week is, typically I do have it on freshmen on to find out how they do, but this week, coming up Tuesday, we have an open house here at the high school for all 8th graders that are thinking about coming over to Nauset. You guys did it last year? Did any of you guys attend the open house last year?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I did, and I think I'm working the one this year, with the student council, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Excellent. Yeah. So what we're doing is it's Tuesday. So we're going to this will be on prior to Tuesday, this show. So maybe some 8th graders will see it and they'll hear what you guys went through coming over from the middle school. So what was the biggest challenge from middle school to high school, Ben?
Well, there's more homework, and there's also a lot more freedom.
Okay. Explain that freedom piece.
Well, there's not always someone breathing down your neck. Where are you going, and what are you going to be doing this time? And you can kind of do what you want when you want.
Right. Because here at the high school, don't you kind of feel that the staff, the teachers, and the administration you know where you're going to go, you know when class starts, you just have to get your body there without talking too much in the courtyard, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you got to get to, if you're going all the way from A building to N building, you have minimal chit-chat time. But if you're staying in the location, you could probably go out and chat a little bit, right? Perfect. What's your biggest challenge, Charlie?
Probably the buildings.
Yeah?
Just working my way through the buildings. First couple days were hard, but now I know where everything is.
Right. Remember when you guys took your tour in the spring?
Mm-hmm.
I gave Becca her tour. It's difficult. You got 8 buildings if you really want to count all of them, and you sit there and you're like, I've got no clue. It's in a building, but which door do I go into? And when you walk into each door, which is confusing, is it all looks the same. Every one, it's 4 up and 4 down or whatever. That is a challenge. How about you?
The outdoor campus and the buildings really confused me for a while.
Right.
And I would open a door and then it would be a hallway with no doors outside a lot of the time. So
You came from the middle school, you moved here, 8th grade, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so you came from New Hampshire, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference? You've got to, and Charlie, you were in Chatham, and so what's the difference between Nauset and your other district?
So my other school had about 1,200 kids in our school, in middle school. And it was a lot easier, I feel, because there was pods. So all your class would be in one area.
7th grade or 8th grade?
No, you'd be split up by grades into 4 different teams.
Oh, okay.
And each team would have 200, 100 people. And it would have a area where there's lockers and classrooms, and each team would have their own. So you wouldn't really go anywhere besides that area.
A little different here, huh?
Yeah.
Slightly. Becca, what do you think? What was that challenge after my awesome tour from the spring?
I kind of feel just the push for getting all your schoolwork done, because a lot of the how Ben said, when you're in the middle school or wherever you are, the teachers are always pushing you to get your homework done and everything, and then they give you extra time. But then at the high school, you have maybe 2 classes to get your work in, even if it's late, and then you get marked down for it even then. But it's the commitment to putting your time into getting all your schoolwork done so that you can get the grades for it.
So the push for academic success is pretty high, right? Isn't that a good thing, though?
Yeah.
All right, each one of you, I chose each one of you guys because you're so different in what you guys do. You know, it's crazy. So, we're going to start with you, Becca.
Okay.
I kind of know what your passion is, but tell everybody what your passion is, and how does Nauset let you explore that passion, or how does it not, or is it troublesome?
Well, I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, ballet mainly, and it's kind of like, it's my main talent in life, and like, there hasn't really been any other kind of like topics or like jobs or experiences that I've like really been that interested in, and like it's kind of like you get like, I don't want to say like a gift because like I don't want to be like all into myself, but like you get that kind of experience in life and you need to like grasp onto it and don't take that for granted. So hopefully by next year I'll be away for a year-round school for ballet.
Right.
But Nauset, it's really like shown, like I wanted to come at least for freshman year because number one, it's an amazing school, and just the people in it, like the diversity of everybody, and just how like the arts programs or the sports programs, whatever, it just gives you a huge range of new like examples or possibilities that you could look into for electives or different classes or anything.
Right. So you're kind of a special, you know, I picked you for a reason because because of your dancing, and so for your passion, Nauset might not be the best fit because you're one of those few kids that are going to go to a specialized school for dancing or arts or something like that.
Yeah.
But Kylie, what about you? What gets you going? Like, what's your favorite thing?
I don't really know what my favorite thing is.
You're a leader. Mm-hmm. You're the class president.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I liked that when I came here, even though I was new to the school, people still like knew me enough and like wanted me to run the grade. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, because you were one of those kids that you were a summer kid that your parents transitioned down to the Cape, and you know, then you were full time with your summer friends. You know, which made it a little easier for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as close with some of them, but like Drew, we have become a lot better friends since I moved here.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, and your parents are socially friends, so that helps.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing family stuff. Charlie, what about you? What drives you? You know, your 3-pointers, or you could explain the 3-point comment too.
No, it's okay. But sports here are great. I've been playing sports all my life, and these past couple years I've been playing for the football team, and I plan on playing for the lacrosse team. I'm playing for the basketball team right now, and everything is great.
How do you juggle your academics and the sports?
Just time management. Just sports are like 5-6 days a week, and then you just find time.
Right, and you're one of 3 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then your brothers are older than you, so you've seen what they had to do.
Exactly.
And they're both athletes, so you kind of just fall in line doing.
And they have all good grades too, so it's
Good. That's what we like. Now, Ben, you're a little different. You might, and I think these guys are going to agree with me. You might, as a freshman, have the #1 Spirit Award. Do you think? No, Spirit Award on campus. I don't think anybody's going to doubt that.
If I'm going to cut to a clip of that right now or something.
If we could, we would. Why don't, without going down that road, tell us what you do to get the Nauset spirit going.
Well, you just got to make other people do something that other people wouldn't do, so that they can look at you and they can laugh and they can have a good time. Mm-hmm. And what I actually started doing the whole Spirit Week, dressing up real crazy and everything. I did it kind of also as a bit of a almost stress relief. Yeah. Because I'm taking quite a few honors classes, and it was just something to do to get my mind off things and just kind of, you know.
It works. That's what I got to tell you. It does. Yeah. Because we were able to get that big flag. Remember, if you went to the soccer final championship game, that big Nauset flag? Mm-hmm. That's going to go, you know, if you're going to be at any event in your outfits and all your crazy outfits, which you got to keep going with.
I will.
We're going to get you that flag so you can keep the spirit alive, because that flag works for you. I think it's got to be your number one prop. Well, other than some of your outfits.
Yeah.
All right, I love that. All right, Ben, we're gonna go right back at you. 4 years from now, you're going to be sitting somewhere other than high school. What do you think you're going to be doing?
Hopefully, I'm going to be in a good engineering college. That's really where I want to go. Probably physics or aerospace engineering or something like that.
And I took you out of physics class
Yeah.
today. But I knew you were going to go. Yeah, so like didn't you go to a camp recently? I asked you what you're doing over the weekend.
The weekend of the soccer final, actually.
That was it.
I couldn't go because I was attending a weekend program up at MIT where you attend a bunch of lectures on various subjects. It's called Splash for high
Okay.
schoolers. They actually have a program for middle schoolers called Spark.
Perfect. You're on the right track, aren't you?
I like to think that.
Yeah, exactly. Charlie, where are you going to be?
Unfortunately, I'm one of those kids who has no idea.
Good. No, I like that. We were
I-
talking about that.
I haven't put enough research or anything into it.
I don't think you need to, though. I mean, do you want to go like on to college?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. I mean, you all of your grades and what you do is you're able to go to college, which is wonderful. Is there any sport that you'd want to concentrate on?
Lacrosse.
Excellent.
So hopefully being a lacrosse player at a nice college.
Perfect. Miss O'Gara, how about you?
So I want to go to either a school in like the north, like eastern part of, or I want to go to the Peace Corps. I was thinking.
Wow. So you want to give back?
Yeah.
Good for you. Wow. I didn't.
I was either going to
Peace
do
Corps,
that.
I was like,
I was either going to do that before college or after college.
yeah. Well, that's something you work with your guidance counselor, D. Smith. D. Smith would be directing you over the next 4 years on best thing to do courses wise to get you to do those, to follow those. And then, I mean, Becca, we kind of know what you in 4 years. Are you gonna be still dancing?
I hope so. I hope maybe in like a professional company and with like online schooling or some, I don't know. I'm hoping either, well, I don't really know. I mean,
Wouldn't you want to shoot for Boston Ballet? Isn't that big? You know.
well, I mean, in the world of ballet, Boston's kind of a little bit down. But
See, I think it's big. Okay, good.
No,
No,
but,
teach me. Who's the New England Patriots of ballet companies?
well,
Do you guys know?
Ballet.
Yeah.
No.
Top ballet.
New York.
Becca's going to tell us.
New York City Ballet and American Ballet Theater, they're both in New York City.
Okay.
Those are like top two companies. And like I've gone away to summer programs. In 2014, I went to SAB, which is a school for New York City Ballet. And then in 2015, I went to Pacific Northwest, which is in Seattle. And then this past summer in 2016, I went to Miami City Ballet. And I would say those three schools are probably like top three for like country-wise. And like I don't really know like the huge like aspect of it because I've only been to three schools so far. But last weekend and this upcoming weekend, sorry, I have auditions for summer programs, which they're all 5 weeks mainly.
Right. Locally or? you have
Yeah,
to
it's up
travel?
in Boston,
Okay.
at Boston Ballet Studios. So I have those auditions, and most of the time, if you go away for a summer program, then you can like sign off your name on like a list or whatever, so that the director of the school can come in and look at you for year-round programs, and you can get like scholarships. Like this past summer, they offered me a tuition-free audition for their year-round program. But it was the week that I was staying with my grandparents down in Florida, and it was up in Boston and whatever, so I couldn't make it to that. But so I'm hoping 4 years from now, hopefully in some kind of company.
Nice.
But yeah,
See, we
with
learned.
schooling on the side.
Boston Ballets. It's okay. It's just not that. Just
It's
happens
an
to be-
amazing company, but
It happens to be the local one. All right, these are like quick little questions. So far, who's your favorite teacher here?
Mr. LeBranch.
We're gonna skip you. We're gonna go back to you.
Miss
Okay.
Reeves.
Miss Reeves.
out of the ones that I have at the moment, I would have to say Mr. LeBranch for energy-wise.
Charlie. Look at him.
Well, we're
He
talking
likes them
about,
all. Folks, I think he likes them all.
I love all my teachers, but are we talking about like teaching wise or like personality or
No,
like
no, no, just in general. You know, you walk in. You know,
probably Miss Lagasse.
okay. How about subjects? Would it be? I think I'm going to guess yours.
Physics.
Science. Science.
You can skip me again.
Oh.
I like my electives the best,
Yeah.
but like academics.
Which elective?
I take photography and clay, and I really
Nice.
like them.
Good, good. Artsy, artsy.
I would have to say academic-wise, probably math.
Math?
Yeah.
Elective wise, drawing.
Good.
Drawing.
Good. Awesome. So extracurricular activities, are you involved in any clubs? Or, I know, Charlie, we know you're in sports. Ben, do you have any clubs you?
I'm in the process of trying to throw a robotics club together.
Oh, with Mr. Fauché?
Uh,
He'd be
with
your-
Mr. Souza, actually.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Fouché said he wanted to spend more time with his family.
Oh,
so-
good. Okay, that's fine.
Good
though.
for him.
Yeah, exactly. Family comes first. No, but Mr. Souza would be a good way to go. Anything other than sports, or that takes up all your time?
Right now sports, but I'm planning on doing more clubs in the future.
Okay,
I do best buddies, student council, and then student senate.
you're pretty busy.
Yes.
How about you, Becca?
At the moment, I'm not.
No,
involved.
nothing yet. Okay.
Mm-mm.
How many days a week do you dance?
At least 5 normally.
Yeah. Okay. See, that's like Charlie. You're not doing anything. You're just not participating in that. Okay. All right. Here's a big one here. As a school, we have expectations for academic success. Correct? I mean, you guys mentioned that a couple times. How do you handle those expectations, like in your daily lives? I mean, like you say, I'm going to start with you, Charlie. I know, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Like, how do you handle keeping your good grades up, playing 3 sports, and getting your homework done and all that? I think you mentioned it earlier.
Well, to get more into detail, some nights you have to stay up a little later, which is a bit of a sacrifice, but it's fine. I deal with it. And just if you have like time in between sports, like before practice, I'll do homework before practice, or like study before bed or stuff. Just every spare time I have, I'll just try to fit in some schoolwork.
Right. Kylie, how about you?
How
How do you keep your grades up?
I know when things are going to happen, or sometimes when I don't. I try to plan around it. Like if I know there's going to be a club after school, I'll make sure that I have time like the day before, or somehow I can do it. Like on Google Classroom, I can check like when things are going to happen, so I can plan like things around my homework.
Right. Ben, you got quite a few honors classes, correct?
Yeah, so I'm kind of actually go with the flow. Like, if I have homework, I'll stay up till it's done.
Yep.
And if I know I have a test tomorrow, or if I know I have a test coming up, I'll study for that and just do
Perfect.
whatever's.
Does the A day, B day thing help you guys a little
yeah.
bit?
Yeah.
So,
Because sometimes, like, I have a lot of hard classes on A-Day.
yep.
So what I'll do is I'll try to get most of my A-Day homework the night of A-Day.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't finish it all, sometimes I'll just let a little bit carry over into
Your
B-Day.
into your B night,
Yeah.
right? So kids at home, there's A days and B days, so you don't have every class every day, right?
Nope.
Which is probably a good thing, because when
Yeah.
I was in high school, you had every class every day, and it was at the same time every day, and it kind of was horrible because
Because you're also getting homework from every class every day.
correct.
and
Yes, and then you're hurting. So the alternating days helps,
yeah.
and then the rotating block is sometimes good, sometimes bad. Don't you agree with the rotating block?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that's
If you have a good class for double rotating,
Mm-hmm.
then it can be nice. But if you have something very unpleasant,
it's 3 hours of
not fun time.
You said it, Ben. Because it's not a perfect situation, but from an administrator standpoint, you talk to any administrator or someone who does a schedule for any school, scheduling is the worst. It's the hardest, it's the worst. There's no good schedule. That's why none of them are really, nobody has come up with the schedule. Because if they did, everybody would have a good schedule. So schedules are they're terrible. We got that. Okay. Here's the thing with this campus that I think you guys have experienced. Do you guys feel, and I think, Becky, you touched on it, this campus, what's the feel when you walk around campus here? What do you feel? Like, is it welcoming? I mean, how do the seniors treat freshmen, and how does everybody treat each other?
Well, a lot of it, like, everybody's like a family. Like, if you're like, it's kind
It's kind of
of
corny.
how, like,
though, isn't
upper
it?
class, yeah, like, upperclassmen, they're always, like, helping out, like, the lower classmen and everything, and it's kind of like that maturity level. Like, once you come into the high school, you, like, realize what everybody's working towards, and, like, the actual realization, like, oh, in 4 years we're going to be off in college and we're going to be doing our own thing and everything, and or, like, wherever we are, and we're, like, kind of focusing on things that we want our life to be set on, and
Right.
like careers and everything.
Do you guys feel like,
And-
explain that, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
Yes.
explain the cafeteria. Like the cafeteria,
Mm-hmm.
everybody sits everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And you're not just, freshmen don't have a lunch and sophomores don't have a lunch. It's lunch. So you guys, as I walk around the cafeteria, you're sitting with a group of people, juniors, seniors, freshmen. It's not really like, I mean, of course there are, sometimes tables full of freshmen, but it's not unordinary to see seniors with freshmen, which is kind of cool. And then, what do you think of the diversity? This is a pretty diverse campus.
Very.
We get a little bit of everything, don't we?
Yes, we do.
No, we do.
Yeah, yeah.
And no one really bats an eye at it either. That's what I think is great. And explain for someone. You can grab this if you want. Maybe Ben, you can do it. Because you're the school spirit guy. How could you explain to the 8th graders that about our school culture here as a student body? How it feels?
Well, the open campus definitely plays a part in, like, everyone has their space. You know, if you don't get along with, like, a certain person or a certain group of people, then it's not like you're all forced to be in the same tiny cafeteria with each other. Or
Right.
like, you can move around and you can avoid the people you don't like and be with the people you do.
Which is great. That's almost like life.
Yeah.
If you don't like to eat lunch near those people, you can go to a whole different place and eat. Yeah, no, I think the open campus does allow for that. We don't really have hallways. I mean, I think that's cool. We have the N building has hallways, but for the most part, you walk from outside into your classroom like a college campus, which is, you guys are basically in college without being in college, because what we like to do as teachers and administrators is let you go. We don't yell and scream at you unless you do something wrong, and unless we're not looking to get you in trouble. We're acting, you should do it right yourselves the first time. So let's see what we got. Oh, open house next week. What should the 8th grade kids, when they come up here, what would you think they should look for? Should they go to the activities? We're going to have activity fair at the in the cafeteria, so like Best Buddies is going to be there, and everybody else, Swim Club and all that, is going to be there in the cafeteria. They're all going to have tables. If you were an 8th grader coming up, what would you do? Want to check out the academics or the activities, or where would you go, or where would you suggest they go?
I'd spend a little bit of time in both,
Both.
just to get a feel for like the clubs and all the activities, and then to also like know where everything is academics wise, and like I don't know.
And there's a basketball game going on too, girls hoops game, so you could check that out too while you're here.
Spend a little time on everything, but stay a little bit longer at the things that you're interested in and you think that you're going to pursue.
Right. So you'd be in e-building a little bit longer,
Yeah.
which is great. No, that's great. So to finalize here, so we have homecoming Tuesday night. What time is it? 6 to 7:30. Come if you're interested in coming to Nauset, even if you're a 7th grader and you want to come check out Nauset, come on over. 6 to 7:30 Tuesday night here at the high school. I want to thank all 4 of you for coming in.
Thank
and
you.
You had no idea what you're up against, but hopefully it won't be your last time on the show, because I mean it's an Emmy award-winning show, and everybody's just dying to get on the
Yes.
show. I know, you could see it in your eyes.
Honored.
Blowing
I
up the
know.
airwaves.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. All right. So for the time being, we're going to sign off. But thanks for joining us on Flemings Forum, and we'll see you the next time.